Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm going to be scattering my mind just a little bit more and throwing out wacky words. Today is, I'd like to think of something as I pride myself in being, which is a rebel. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you stopping in and watching. If you're my subscribers, I love you to death. I'm so glad that you're there. If you've just now found this channel, you probably won't find it again. And to all of you that responded about notifications and getting notifications from my videos, I thank you for letting me know. Thank you for the ones that said that they have the bell on. You know, to be honest with you, when a couple of you said that you had the bell on, it was kind of shocking. You know, I never really thought that anyone really want to hear what I have to say that badly. You know, and it makes me put a new perspective on this channel. You know, and for the few that the subscribers that I do have, I love all of you, and you know that I'll always answer you, and as within my power, I promise you I will answer. But anyway, there's a couple of, not really a couple of things. There's mainly I want to talk about being a rebel, but there's one little thing else I want to talk about too. You know, a lot of you saw me talking about, or maybe you didn't, but I talked about that kid that was being bullied not that long ago. He's all over the news and everything, and you see all these people that are just all this outcry for justice for this kid, you know. And I'm glad there's a lot of people saying don't blame the parents for being apparently racist assholes. Don't blame them for you know, for whoever they are. Don't take it out on the kid. You know, he clearly has his own problems. You shouldn't take it out on him. Which I'm glad people are saying that. But that still furthers the point that I'm going to get to. This may not be all of you, and I know there's 10,000 other examples, but these are the ones that just popped in my head. I know that some of you have seen a movie called V for Vendetta. You know, I know even the new Star Wars. I didn't go to the movie theater and saw it. I saw it online. You know, don't tell nobody. But you know, and what my side little subject is, a book that I just got through reading called Ready Player One. They're making a movie about it, and whatever. Anyway, these are, I'm not gonna say I'm a huge fan of Star Wars or anything, but I just happen to notice this element in Star Wars, and any of you that know anything about any of the 8, 9, whatever Star Wars movies there are, it's always about the Rebel Alliance. You know, that's who's going to save the day. That's what the Jedis are. You know, that's who they're aligned with, is the rebels. You know, and you know, V for Vendetta. You know, it's that whole anti-government thing. I've been watching a show called Mr. Robot. You know, and it's bringing down the system. A lot of you know I'm a huge fan of Rage Against the Machine. You know, against the system. You know. You know, System of a Down. It says it in the title. You know, anyway, like I said, these examples can go on and on and on. But you know, what I want to know is how there's so many people that, you know, I don't care if it's fucking X-Men or if it's, I don't know, a movie, a comedy with Ice Cube. You know, it's always, you know, it's always about the little guy. It's always about rebelling against that bigger system. You know, it could be Rocky Balboa. You know, I mean, it's always about going against the system. You know, and the point that I'm getting to is there's so many of us that you guys know what Marvel and DC, how comic books have this new era in time where, you know, they're the most popular thing. The thing is, the big money cow, cash cow right now is superheroes. And that's what it's all about. You know, it's about bringing down, you know, of course the villain, but the villain wants to get on top and become a part of that system that controls people, and you want to stop that. We all have it inside of us. We all have it in our heart. You know, we all, I'm not going to say all of us, but a lot of us feel the things that are wrong, knows what's wrong. We see what's wrong. We live it in our books, in our movies, in our music, in our home. We live it in some kind of way. And I just don't don't get me wrong, it's not like I have a beautiful life and being who I am hasn't really paid off. That's what I like about this channel, and the people that I meet here is a lot of them are very similar. I don't really run into these people in the real world. And if I do, I don't know them. I don't get to know them. I don't hang out with them. These aren't people that I break bread with. They're people that I meet here or there. They might be people I met here. They might be people that I played music with, but they're never ever people that are really in my circle. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had friends and whatever. I'm just saying at this time in my life, you know, everybody's started family. So as far as the whole friend things, I've had these friends, but you don't meet them freely. You know, you're not able to just sit around and shoot the shit, you know, talk about issues, you know, what are we doing with our lives, you know, this and this and that. We really don't get to sit around and do that too often, especially with a group like we have here. Even people that have dealt with the Mandela Effect. And a lot of you know that that's what the majority of my channel is Mandela Effect videos. Even that, in a sense, is still us rebelling against an idea or an infrastructure we feel is alien to us, and we've spoken out, you know, or at least some of us have, you know, and there's a part of us, even if you didn't say a word to any other soul, you know there's something in you screaming to break out and say, you know what, something's not right. You know, this isn't right. You know, and it's not like a lot of us are. I'm not trying to make it about Mandela Effect, but regardless of what that rebellious nature that's in us, we all hear and have that voice on the inside that makes us say, stop. You know, something ain't right. I don't even mean us in this channel. I mean the majority of human beings. We feel it inside of us. We know there's something wrong. We know there's something that needs to be said, needs to be done, a fight that needs to be had. We all feel it. We all live it. And you know what? We don't do shit about it as a group. You know, what we have are like trollish people. Those are like the only people that are basically speaking out. And I know, like I said, this kid that we all hear about in the media right now, I know people are speaking out, but it's only because it hit like social media. Okay, that's really the only reason. You know, it's not like people are walking, you know, trouncing around the schools, you know, I heard there was somebody being bullied here. That's not what's happening. We're being held accountable by being on Twitters and Facebooks and having to use our real identities and real names, and people are feeling a responsibility to chime in and be like, hey, that's not right. That's not what happens on a daily basis. That's only because we're being held accountable and a spotlight is on our face. That's the only reason. But in real life, nobody's doing anything. I've tried to live that way. And you know what? You become the bad guy. You become that crazy person. You become that person that, oh, you know, we never know what he's going to say. So, you know, be careful what you bring up. Or, you know, I wouldn't talk. I mean, I have to bite my lip so many times in my life because I know that I'm going to scare away friends, family, strangers, because certain things I will speak out against and how it's just not right, you know, and I have to just shut up. And I'm a pretty ballsy guy, you know. I mean, I'll say a lot of stuff that a lot of other people won't. And I'll give you an example. I said something on Facebook one time that was a little, I'm not going to say it was, I don't even remember what it was. What I do remember is how many people that didn't, I mean, there was, you know, 10 people or so that liked the post or commented here or there. But I got like 20 messages through the back door saying, oh, you're brave for posting that. I wish, you know, I had the guts to say something like that. I wish that all, and it's like that in a nutshell is what I'm basically talking about. What is it in people that we can have a mob mentality when it comes to trolling people? I don't know if any of y'all heard about that prostitute, or not, I'm sorry, a porn actress that made a wrong statement on Twitter, killed herself in like 24 hours. I mean, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But, you know, give me another example. You go onto YouTube and you see videos. It could be man give CPR to dying, drowning puppy. Okay? There's dislikes on that video. There is a group of people that literally go around. Are you going to tell me you didn't know what that video was about when literally the thumbnail is like a little wet, dead, dying puppy? And you're going to tell me that you didn't know what you were going into when you clicked on it? It's not clickbait. So you clicked on that video knowing when you went in there, you were going to be the motherfucker that disliked it. I don't give a shit if I get 50 million dislikes. The fucking flat earth people always dislike the shit that I say. I don't give a fuck. But I mean, things like that though, little boy survives cancer, something or another, a little boy dying from cancer. It don't matter which one it is. There's always this group of people that go in there and just to dislike the video. You know, who are these fucking people? You know, you can almost bring up a percentage that it's about 1 in 10 people, because I've been doing it for months, years. I've looked at that little margin on these videos that, who the fuck didn't like it? You knew what you were clicking. You knew what the subject matter was. You literally went in here about like a dying toddler, and you literally went in there to dislike the fucking video? I mean, who are these people? And don't get me wrong, I go to certain websites sometimes, it's nothing but gore, hostility, crazy, crazy things. And I'm telling you, man, it's like, I know that there's, I don't know. I want to say that I do know these people are there, but I mean, who the fuck are these people? Who are these hateful, and I mean, we're not talking about, I don't know. I just don't get it. There's even, if you're in prison, there is still a law there. There is a means that there's just certain things you don't do. And it's not very much different than what I'm telling you myself. You know, I mean, it's literally what it's supposed to be out here, except it's a bunch of loudmouth motherfuckers in there that will beat your ass and kill you if you don't follow the concrete rules. You know, if you're in there for, you know, beating your spouse, nobody's really gonna care. You're in there for beating your kid or like raping your kid, you're probably gonna leave a paraplegic if you leave at all. All I'm saying is that we all say these things out here. And we're talking about a group of criminals now. We all say these things out here, but yet we don't have the balls to do it. You know, we're not able to speak up. And you know, I don't know. I guess my point is, I know that we have it in us. I know that all of us feel it. We all vicariously live through these stories and songs and movies and things that we see, and we feel like, you know, you would punch your buddy in the shoulder and be like, yeah, you know, that's exactly how I see it. But when it comes out to doing it in public, people don't. They don't get up and say anything. And I ain't talking about this weak-ass protest that's been going on for the last 2 years since Trump's been in office and all that. I ain't talking about none of that. Alright? So I guess the story, or the moral of this video is, what's wrong with people? Who are these people? It might be some of you. I don't think so, honestly. Not if you're on my channel and you're a regular. It's not. But I mean, who are these people? Who are these people that literally don't have a sliver of spine in their fucking body? I don't know. It's really depressing. You know, and like I said, it's like 1 out of 10 people. You can look at the stats on YouTube channels and literally see, I mean, it could be total. I don't mean something trivial like funny videos or, you know, if you laugh you lose kind of thing. I don't mean that. I mean, you knew what you were going into when you saw it. You know, and there's just literally this group. Like I said, you can look at the number. I mean, I'll give you. Here's another one. I know all of you know the song Gangnam Style. I clicked on it today because my son loves that song, or at least he used to when he was really little. Now, I mean, he's not like he's old now; he's only 2 now. But when he was like 1, he was barely starting how to dance and stuff like that. That's a song that he started like dancing to. And anyway, I clicked on it, and it's like, it's not like the number of dislikes stayed the same. They keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Are you going to tell me at this point in your life, when you saw that video, you didn't know what it was? You didn't know that it was Gangnam Style? You didn't already know that you didn't like the song? The song's got like 3 billion hits. And you're going to tell me at this point you don't realize what song that is. You literally just clicked on the video to let everybody know, you know what? I don't like this shit. And, maybe you don't. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with not liking it. But I'm just saying, who is this group of people? And like I said, it's like 10%. It was like, like 200,000 dislikes and against, 3 billion, likes. But I mean, it's like a 10% ratio. And all these videos that are pretty much one direction, they're pretty much leaning to one side. It's not trivial, like the laughing ones or, whatever. I mean, it's, what you're going into when you click on it. But it exists everywhere. Even in the videos where it's like saving lives or some tragic story. Why'd you click on it in the first place? To literally just go in there and say, I don't like this, with your fucking finger up your nose and your other fucking finger in the air, I don't like this shit. So you have to flip up your middle finger. I don't know. And it's like that little percentage is the percentage that gets heard the most. They're the ones that get a voice. I'm not saying they live that way. Not in the real world. They definitely hide behind their computers doing a lot, but that's the way the world works now. It's computer stuff. So that little 10% becomes like 70. Because that's who gets heard. That's who gets shared. I don't know. So anyway, all I can say is keep the rebel alive in you, and hopefully maybe one day in a moment somewhere in our lives we can create a mob through that rebellion and be able to stop something, anything. So anyway, one more little thing that I want to talk about. I mentioned a book earlier that I read called Ready Player One. There's a movie being made about it. And if you were born in the 70s, early 80s, even older, if you were born in the 60s, I'm not trying to, all I'm saying is you got to be a little bit older. That's all I'm saying. Now I'm going to tell you something. It's an easy read. It's not a very extensive book. But I'm going to tell you something. I loved this book. And don't get me wrong, I definitely want to see the movie when it comes out. If you haven't seen the trailer for Ready Player One, especially if you're in that age group, like in your 30s or 40s, and I'm telling you right now, that is the most not for anyone that age. It's for people that grew up with video games, grew up with the A-Team and like Three's Company and things of that nature. Well, anyway, I read the book recently. I loved the book. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was fantastic. I usually don't read very many books, and I wanted to read this one, and because I'm just really excited to see this movie. Because if you haven't seen the trailer, you have to see it. It's fantastic. But I created a little blog, and I put the book on that blog. I'm gonna leave the link down below. And it's the thing, I'm thinking about posting things there, like if I run across a movie that hasn't came out yet, that maybe some of you might want to see if I talk about it, or a book or anything. I'm pretty good about finding things that you're really not supposed to have. But anyway, I'm going to put it in this blog. It's already up. And any of you out there that really want to read something really, really cool, you need to check it out. It was a fun read for me. And like I said, if you're a kid of the 80s, gotta check it out. It's fantastic. It really is. But like I said, it has a lot of pop culture references in it, and you really need to. It was fantastic. So anyway, and of course, the backbone of that story is rebelling against a big system, and that's what this whole video is about. But anyway, I appreciate it. Hopefully there's another intro on this video. If there isn't, don't hold it against me, but I'm going to. If there is, let me know what you think about it. If it's shitty or what. But I don't know. I'm gonna pick one pretty soon, and whether you like it or not, it's probably gonna be there. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay strong.